Hey there everyone, this is Fusion Warrior and I made a stage in MaGL X2 uh, in the Super Mario Bros. X engine. And I named it Spiny Castle. It's one of the names I got. And when I started playing this game, I basically played it for about 3 minutes before starting work on my level. And I noticed right away, Super Mario Bros. 3 type jumps, a lot of really good movement there. Love the way the spin jumping felt. It just felt like a fun time. So I based my stage off that. Now Raocow chased in his playthrough. He chased this mushroom down, but I actually thought of that. I didn't want people to lose the mushroom. The mushroom's important. It's a balancing thing. So right there, I've got a little secret wall here, and I discovered a glitch. You can jump on blocks off screen, as long as you hold left while doing so. So, yeah. That was silly. That's something that Raocow missed, but I was never expecting to get it. I just put that there for myself. And for any players who think that the stage is a little too punishing, now you know about it. Now when you download MaGL X2, you know my stage is not here to punish you. It's here to give you lives. It's here to have fun. And that's all the stage is about. So the setting is World 7 of whatever game you want to insert this stage into. Since this is a make a good stage contest, make a good level contest, not make a good world contest, I couldn't make an entire world with lore all about it, but it's all about the Toad Brigade and you. Basically, you're following the Toad Brigade through World 7, and you discover the Spinies are weird. And throughout the level, throughout the world, you learn things about Spinies. But since I couldn't insert an entire world, and, you know, it'd be fair, then, of course, I have to let you know in a slightly less show-don't-tell way that you can't jump on the purple or black Spinies. Wish I could have done it the other way, but, you know, it happens. It's supposed to be like you got a feeling that there's more there. Now, there is something missing from most of my beta versions of this level and this current one. And Raocow commented on the weird, janky canopy graphics. This is because I just copy-pasted things on top of each other. We've got layers on top of layers here. Originally, these were moving. And it was beautiful. It was actually just really just amazing. And unfortunately, anyone who had anything less than an i5 with 8 GB of RAM, it just broke. It just self-destructed. It was done. It just couldn't be done. So I removed that and cry every night. But it's okay. Now, as I mentioned, the black Spinies, you can't spin jump on them. You spin jump on them, you get hurt. You also walk into the side of them, you get hurt, but that's true from every Spiny. But, so I included an extra mushroom right there, right before the introduction of these guys, so you'd have something. They were originally going to be bomb Spinies. The original bomb Spinies were the black ones, but they don't blow up on their own. See, you can spend forever with them. They're just not going to blow up. Ever, ever, ever. So, I just made them immortal, but they still have a bomb graphic when they die. Yeah, these two don't respawn. So, you only get 2 shots. But I figured, you know, and then you have to kill yourself? Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. I made the 3rd respawn. And this blue switch, as you noticed before, and as Raocow noticed instantly, the blue coin, the green, bright green, I forgot to unshade these, and then I thought, oh, it draws the eyes away from the blue coin, but you see it almost right away. And then the blue blocks that you can barely, I don't know how he saw that, because at least on my monitor, you can barely see the blue platforms underneath them. That's why I even included the blue coin in the first place. But yeah, you hit the blue switch, you get attacked. Now, this respawns, so, you know, you're supposed to get those guys that way. Raocow decided to bum rush it because he is a funny man. Now you can mess up and get hurt. As Raocow showed, that's just a life. There's no reason to actually go get it. It was a misdirection. And these beats, oh wow. I was looking for Super Mario World Castle remixes online, and I found this, and it's great. I love it. I included these drill spikes here to basically say, yeah, don't go left. Just don't do it. Don't go left. It's gonna kill you. You can see right below you there's a safe space to spin jump. Because, yeah, you know what happens if you go down there? It's lava. You die. So, in fact, I'll even demo it for you. There's spikes here, just so that you can get a good sense of, yeah, just don't try. I only put the spikes there so you know, not, just don't try. Because there's no point to it. There just isn't. You're gonna hurt yourself, you're gonna have a bad time. Just follow that path. And, yeah. And anyone who's actually gonna, for the maybe one person out there who's going to actually see my video and not Roundcow's video, I'm gonna just show you where those platforms are. Because there's no reason for you not to see them. Now you see these platforms, now we're moving on. Let's just move right along. And back into the castle. So yeah, that drop, it's really supposed to be, this is a place where Lakitus are allowed to go. And they, you know, it's not meant for Mario. So Mario's now trapped. But the spin jump, oh wow, I love how spin jumping feels in this game. It just feels natural. It feels better than anything in Mario World. Even though, you know, when I was a kid, I'd barely spin jump unless I absolutely had to. Spin jumping was for unlocking things, not for platforming for me. So feeling it in this game, you know, I'm really feeling it. And, oh, I tested this level. I wanted to make sure that no matter what happened, you weren't going to hurt yourself on the first one, so, but, yeah. You see the coins down there? That's to tell you that one's safe. It's, you know, don't freak out when it tricks you. And there is something that Raocow didn't try that you can actually do if you pull it off right. That's completely doable. I messed it up the first time. It's been, what, 5 months since I played this level? So I'm going to be a little rusty, let's be honest. This is the waterfall. You're supposed to be able to get up that eventually. The red blocks are there to tell you, yeah, fire hurts. Fire hurts. Now, I'm not a Let's Player. I might have moments where I just don't say anything. That's not on purpose. I'm new to this. I've never done this before. I don't plan on doing this as a living, though it would be fun. But yeah, my character choices were Mario and Link. Link with his little sword would break the heck out of this level. Because he just, you know, he'll Scrooge McDuck pogo bounce on things and then just jump across. And while he can't carry things, you actually can hit the switch up there if you do a perfectly timed running jump stab. So I did make sure that was, if I did throw them in there at the end, that you can use them. But yeah, here, this is the fact. This is the first sign that this might just be more than a castle, but also a factory. You'll see later on in this level what I mean. Now, the Flynies, as I call them, or the Paraspinies, as Raocow prefers, I was going to have you be able to spin jump on them and they survive, but that requires something called additional programming on a language that, while I'm a good programmer in what I do know, I don't know it yet, and I didn't have time to invest. So yeah, that wasn't going to happen. And then the Spiny Thwomps, Spike Thwomps, I was actually going to have one of the Lakitos throw these guys, but then he just floated around and danced, so that wasn't going to happen. The coins show the relative difficulty of the passageway. 3 coins bonus if you jump over the Sharpie, which is from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, as well as some of the other references. The non-spawning middle one, that's weird, because you're supposed to have a Yeah, there's the guy. He doesn't spawn once in a blue moon, at least in the level editor. Yeah, the level editor seems to look really good for my level, but when it was patched into MaGL X, some of the graphics broke a little bit, so sorry about that. But yeah, the metal Spiny, as I ended up calling him, was supposed to explode, but then I just made him a slightly more difficult Spiny to deal with. This is the first sign of the purple Spiny that does explode, and I had momentum. Momentum happens, people. It happens. Yeah, my grand idea when I got the name, with all the spin jumping I was going to do, is the main courtyard of the stage. Everything from there is more of an extension of that. I started there, and I built up from there. And that is the truth. So I got back here, yeah. And you can get back here pretty easily. It's not meant to be hard to get back to here. I wanted to make sure make my level big, but not too punishing. Once you've learned it, you've learned it. And boom, boom, boom. And he says, tricked you. Now, the trick raocow did to get up there, and I'll show you that right now. Yeah, the trick raocow did to get there, which, wow, I didn't even think of that, was to basically hurt yourself somehow. And okay, yeah, that's not it. If I learn how to edit this will be edited out. Okay, so the trick that raocow did in order to do this was basically to get the mushroom in your spare. To do some weird trick. It was... How did he do that? I gotta know. How did he do that? Okay, so what raocow did was basically spin jump here. Ah, he's much better at this game than I am, that's for sure. Okay, take 5,000 of trying to do what raocow did, because I don't know how to do what raocow did. Okay, then you do that, then you just spin jump here. Okay, that makes, I see what his plan was. I mean, I intended for you to be able to jump over, and if you missed, it wasn't fatal. You just, you had to take the hard path. But yeah, I did not see that coming. Congratulations for break, because that's definitely not the intended method. The intended method was actually, I don't know if it's easier or harder. It just depends on your skill set, I guess. But yeah, Moon. Just for some guy. Wanted to, actually it was intentionally this misdirection. I wanted you to get the moon thinking that was the prize. Then, in order to make that jump easier, you use the thwomp, and then realize there's a passage here. You're supposed to, I didn't expect for him to wait for it, and then jump over. I was expecting him to, well, not die horribly. I'm gonna try to show you my intended solution here, because it certainly is possible. It may not be the easiest thing, and I haven't done it in 5. So yeah, from the top. I love my stage. I think I had so much fun making. I don't think it deserved to get 107th out of 272. There were a lot, especially in the last couple worlds before my level came up. I thought a lot of the levels were better than my world, than my stage. Actually by a long shot for some of them. I mean, I'm glad I got where I ranked. I definitely have no regrets on where I ranked. It's my first level ever that was not made in crayon. So that's I feel accomplished. So yeah, you're supposed to get maximum momentum there. Let's try it one more. Yeah, let's see. Boom, boom. My method. See, look at that. Easy as pie. That's how my intended method was. Just wondered, now that I got that on video, I'm gonna mess everything up. But that's fine. I got it on video. So yeah, you're supposed to see that. You're actually supposed to ride. I was supposed to ride the thwomp because, you know, that's safer. Raocow always said it's safer to go above the thwomp than below the thwomp. At least he did 3 years ago or something. But yeah, you come in here, little Easter egg Yoshi. This was originally going to be an full Easter egg, and then it was going to be a much harder secret exit, where basically here you got, this led to another room where you picked up a sprite of my cat, you know, just a little a cute one, and after the life farm, because, you know, lives are meaningless, because that's what they should be, you know, use lines anyway, the points don't matter, and neither do the lives. And then you got a star at the end, where you basically took my cat on a babysitting quest throughout the rest of the level. The only thing is, you had to make sure it survived to the end, or else you got in trouble. And I determined that holding an item while spin jumping is not the easiest thing to do. It's possible, but not really. So I decided against it. Even though I was going to skip 2 of the hardest sections in the game later on, I just didn't want to do that to anyone, especially not Raocow. So yeah, it just turns out into a shortcut then. That's not really a shortcut. You skip the waterfall Spiny's obstacle. That's it. So we're back here, 17 minutes in. Meanwhile, Raocow beat my level in 20. But that, you know, with editing. Once again, he doesn't spawn. That's really, really weird. Because I think he spawned every time for Raocow. It's just the editor. This editor is kind of weird. It's not, I'm using the SMBX editor itself to play this. So yeah. The intended method, make him fall into the lava. Wait until you've got a good timing down for your spin jump. And kill yourself horribly. Dun, 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 dun. And these beats are just the best. So yeah, boom, boom, boom. You just trick them over. Don't have to go very far to trick them over. Oh, by the way, I'm using a third-party Super Nintendo USB controller. It works really well. It feels like I'm playing on a Super NES. So that's good. So yeah, you get over that. And those guys, originally you were going to bounce across that by bouncing on him, but that's not possible. So he's just an obstacle getting in your way. And, boom, boom. And I made this elevator. This was like, I got through here, I'm like, you know what? It's not interesting enough. Oh, that happened. So yeah, we're back here. And yeah, this elevator section right here that rises up. This came about from feeling, okay, this, you know, spin jumping's great, but what about some obstacles? And, figured a little bit of pollen wouldn't hurt nobody. Why can't I spin jump? I was holding the wrong button. So yeah, back here. Yeah. Oh, so I figured pollen, make a good obstacle there while you try to, and then I realized, you know what? I can have this come up. This looks like something that might raise. So I figured anyone who saw that should get a little treat. And oh, speaking of places that got destroyed by being inserted into MaGL X2, well, look at that. That was supposed to look a lot nicer. You know, very smooth transition. Nothing really felt out of place. It just looked like everything just raised and disappeared. You get a moon. You're welcome, some guy. You get a Tanuki suit, and you get a Hammer Brothers suit. Now, these were intended for use if you wanted to do a deathless run, not a speed run, but a deathless run with benefits. These are tools intended for you to be able to use them. And yeah, you basically got up here, you didn't get the midpoint, and you used them to help you just plow through the rest of the level. So it's a bit of a risk-reward system I have here. You go up here, get some coins, get yourself some coin. And, oh, that wasn't like that last time I played the stage, so that's weird. But yeah, otherwise you would have to, yeah, this is what Raocow skipped by accident. It's a reference to, once again, to Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. But yeah, there's nothing else really there in the main path that we skipped. But I'm gonna just dump the Tanuki suit because I want to show how it's meant to be played, not with any secrets. You get the fire flower, you get the bonus. You come down here. Hopefully try to flame one of those guys. Now this is just a little bit of survival. You survive for a second while you wait for the bomb Spinies to explode, and you get out. And Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, Cinnabar Mansion theme plays because I love Mewtwo, and Mewtwo is awesome. This is either an Ice Beam or a Super Mushroom. Can't get back up there. Once again, Mario's in a situation where he's down a shaft and can't get back out. Now, Raocow kind of hid from all the enemies here, but I actually, once again, intended this as a life farming opportunity. If you're having trouble, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just get a couple lives here. Just collect yourself some lives, see the scenery, have fun. I'm collecting the midpoint because, well, there's nothing really else I need to show you up there. The first half, you've seen the entire first half now at this point. Let me be right back to, start fresh, because anyone who's going to play this is probably going to die the first time they're playing through the next part. So, I'm going to die in order to show you what that's like. Because, why have extra power-ups? So, here we go, reload the stage, and you start right here. Now, some of my engines got hidden by, the integration. That was a shame. You had the Spiny Production Factory. I used some words that would be fun to use. And yeah, this is now the factory. I think, if you look closely right there, there's a Spiny in that little, computer screen. But yeah, I think all big castles should have some kind of factory in them. It's just proper. It's just how it's supposed to be. And what's a factory without churning, you know? So there's some confusion about what you can go through. These are just your standard cloud platforms that you can jump through the underneath, but you land on top of. I wanted to really right away show that those printers over there, those you can jump through. So I put coins there because I want you to be able to jump through them. And everything here was, yes, you can jump through it. That was the whole point of this whole situation. I wanted to make sure. Now, the whole point in this section is a gauntlet. You get your power up, you get through, you're done. You just have to learn the area and rush it. You don't rush it, but you go fast enough. Pause the video. You go through fast enough, and you get your reward. And that reward being survival. This section originally had 3 times as many Rinka shooters. I realized that was a bad idea. So I just, I removed most of them because, well, Rinka shooters are hard to dodge sometimes. So yeah, you're supposed to run through this area, and lag kills me because I just started. And yeah, you get here, and you realize, you know, you're supposed to move. You're supposed to keep moving. And why did that? Now let me start from a safer spot, because Camtasia Studio 8's kind of a laggy mess when you first hit resume. Okay, These are from the title screen of Super Metroid, if you didn't recognize them. And I try to make it so that it's not... I mean, this area, to be honest, let's be honest, was far more unfair when I first had it. This area was fewer enemies, but all of the Rinkas. Every single one of the display cases for the creatures had 2 Rinkas attached to them. And sometimes I even had Rinkas between them. And it was just not fun. And I wanted it to be challenging, but I didn't want it to be unfun. So, once again, just like earlier, to trick the Thwomp into taking a nice warm bath. And, oh man, I love that machinery right above me. Oh, I loved making that. That was so much fun. Now, Flyny, I realized I could have gone with Paraspiny, but I decided to go with the pun instead, and I suffer all consequences thereof and have no regrets. And oh boy, Rinkas look weird when they're hiding behind lava. But yeah. Boom! So yeah, we're back here. Let's get that out of the mic. Yeah. The generators are mostly to make the Rinkas. They're basically Rinkas that aren't as bad. That was my intent. So Boone, everyone who's probably watching this probably knows, but not everybody. Boone is the main Mario replacement character from the VIP series, which raocow made famous and made famous raocow. And when I first started watching raocow about 2 years ago, I just marathoned the entire VIPs. After seeing Cat Planet, I just marathoned the VIPs, and Boone is so cool in my opinion. It's so simple, it's just a memeified Mario, but hell. I took a Mario amiibo, shaved his face off, and painted him as Boone because, yeah, Boone is awesome. Boone is funny, Boone is awesome, Boone likes to... and I knew I died. Stupid lag. Why is Camtasia Studio 8 so laggy with this thing? Fun. Was I not recording that whole time? Oh, come on. Okay, I think I missed the last recording set. The last bit of recording was lost because I didn't push button. So let's go. Yeah, sometimes the lag... Sometimes there's lag. This. So yeah. You're basically supposed to rush this area. Not too much rush. Just rush the right amount of rush. Wait for the time when it's safe to rush, and then you rush. It's a gauntlet. You do it like a gauntlet. Love the machinery up there. Flyny, I think I talked about him on camera already. Lag kills. Boone, I don't think I got this one last time. Boone's from the VIP series, which raocow made famous in the West, and in turn made him famous a bit on his old stomping grounds. And yeah, I like Boone. Boone's a great character. He's a great design. He's simple. He's clean. Well, maybe not clean, but it's a nice, fresh design, and I'm a big fan. I even shaved Mario's face off one of my amiibos to make a Boone amiibo. So yeah, we love Boone. Boone is our friend. Softshell Spiny, I know I didn't talk on this on camera because that got lost. This was basically the Paraflyny is a resprite of the Koopa Paratroopa, the yellow one, and if you, in a certain very difficult to pull off, but possible, and raocow did pull this off, circumstance, if you clip the wings off the Paraspiny, you'd get a Koopa Troopa, a yellow Koopa Troopa, as a result. So I resprited him to avoid that, made a kicked shell version, just so that no matter what happens, you're not going to, end up with a janky, weird transformation sprite, and I got to add some more enemies to the levels. So this guy is more tough than he is not as tough as he looks. This is a tail. This is Super Leaf was in this box, and I promise you, this one has a ice beam in it. But I keep seeming to lose my hits every time. But yes, there are power-ups in both. Rao Cow, you saw the one in the middle, and didn't go after any other ones. Don't know why, but yeah. Other reason I didn't include any power-ups in this section because of all the lava, and I didn't know I did not know that the mushroom glitch was fixed on lava. So yeah, and that's why I included the spikes. Why there's spikes there instead of lava. I was originally having lava, but then I realized, you know, I want some power-ups first. I don't want to risk the glitch. My goodness, I love those machineries. I just jiggly, jangly graphics like that just make me happy, okay? They make me happy. So I go down this pipe, and it's time for Mother the Brain. Now, I was intentionally misleading expectations. One hit. Get in close, but not too close. Yeah, the Rinkas are there more to block your shots than anything else. Originally, I didn't have the Zevatite Goomba Resprite in there. Instead, it was 2 tiles tall, the hole. And that was just too much. That was too tight. Too tight. So, yeah, you can sort him. Look, you can sort him. You just have to step back a little bit. You can't just envelop the Spiny, because then the larger than Mother Brain Grand Goomba Sprite over there, yeah, that'll break your stuff. So yeah, it's not actually a Mother Brain. The whole point of the fight was to get you get through the glass. You're like, okay, I'm halfway done. This is annoying. I hate this. I hate this. Why did he include this? Oh, why did I die? Okay, we back here, we're recording, good, okay. So yeah, coin, Super Leaf, Ice Beam. Now I wanted to say, if I had access to that special programming I was talking about earlier, Luna, etc., cinematics, I would have made Ice Beam change your shots so that it would use the graphics of the Ice Beam from Super Metroid and even fire out in a shot like it, forward. Because it's not used much in the level offensively, so it would just be a fun little nod. So yeah, this is a regrowing empty shell sprite. This is the sprite that you would get if you kept whacking, eventually get if you keep whacking a Spiny with the tail. Even the naked yellow Koopa Troopa is just a Spiny, but you can just step on it normally. It's so weird. You made it, well, you can't step on it, but you can definitely spin jump on it. It just wouldn't drop another shell if you whacked it with the tail, it would just die. So yeah. Mother Brain Spiny, take 3, I think. I was getting sloppy for a moment with the gauntlet section. Tried to rush a couple times, kept forgetting. I made it so you can't really rush. You just have to go at exactly the right pace. So look at that. You know, we exchanged services. A nice, pleasant exchange of services. And you know, you can fly here, but there's nothing up there. So you go in there. So the one hit is that. Boom, it's dead. Now, if you were to take a hit, you can just run in and jump on its head. Didn't want to demo that because, you know, time. The original size, you know, the death animation uses the original size of the sprite, but I felt it was too small, so I made it larger. And you see the way these wires are just floating there, just drifting? That's how the a lot more of the stage would have been. The leaves would have all been drifting like that. There would have been wires throughout the laboratory section that just drifted like that. The lava down there was meant to kill all those sprites, so yeah, that works. At least something worked. And then, you know, this is one of the first terminals I put in. after the monkey cheesification one. And yeah, it's supposed to, you know, the terminal got destroyed by the lava. Now, the section coming up is a bit controversial, and I know. I actually made it shorter than it originally was, and the lava is actually a bit slower than it originally was. I'm not going to be talking much through it because it is, you know, it's not that difficult for me because I know everything is, but it's not the easiest of sections. My wife, G-Dog, however, kept wanting me to make it faster and faster. She thought that it should have been you're nipping at your heels the whole time. The reality is, it wouldn't even be the lava wouldn't even be there. It would have actually been a countdown timer, a la Super Metroid in the original Metroid. But, once again, special programming, who's got time for that? Not me. Not that I can't, it's that I didn't want to learn. But yeah, here it comes. I'll be right back. Got a phone call. Sorry, you speak of G-Dog and she shall call you on the phone. She's wonderful. Now, you see the boot sprite here? That was originally, I decided, you know what, it would be horrible to get through all that and then die because you think it is a blue, Lakito's shoe. So I decided, you know what, let's not ruin the, player's face like that. And I added the propeller back in. You know, I didn't want it to be evil. I wanted it to be fair. And yeah, the only platform in this entire section that you can't go from below is this one. Is the black one you start on. So, yeah. And we're gonna, you know, you're gonna see it. This is it. This is it. And I don't apologize for this section. I felt some kind of a parody escape was necessary. I might have gone a little too far on this one with length, but I will not apologize for the speed of the lava. I will only say you're welcome for not listening to my wife for one time in my life. Yeah, that one was a little bit tricky, but yeah. Oop. I love this background. I love the music. I was originally going to do the escape song from Super Metroid, but this just feels so much more triumphant. I didn't want it to be like freaking you out while you do it. Just hold the boot and jump. And oh man, testing. When I tested the stage myself, I tested and retested every element of it. Every element of it. And thus, I'm pretty confident that for the level I gave, it's the best level it could be for the level I wanted it to be. None of those jumps, yeah, every single jump in the game was tested over and over to make sure it wasn't just possible, but other than the spin jump at the earliest point, it didn't have to be pixel perfect. And I even tested someone else's level and made a couple of similar suggestions with theirs, so that might be coming up. But yeah, the Toad Brigade's all happy. Well, this guy's always grumpy because, you know, he wants to be the hero. He wants to be the hero, and you take that away from him. And this one, you know, foreshadowing. This is my sprite, you know, Fusion Warrior. A Mewtwo and a Super Saiyan with magic powers fused using Terra earrings. Broke it at the last second. Caused a fusion failure, but the failure means that they can shapeshift. And then there's Hero of Light, who is basically Super Saiyan Link, who's my best friend, and yes, he talks to me like that, and it's great. He's my best friend. Yeah, and originally you were going to, for the secret exit, you would grab the cat, play through the rest of the level, skipping the Mother Brain parody, skipping the escape parody, just coming here and you'd get the star. And it would have been a resprite of Mr. Saturn. But, oh, there's no star here. The whole point of this section is just, you know, I wanted to have fun. I wanted to make a full parody. So let me get my thanks out of the way. I did use, when I say recycled from Waffleotl, a Terraformer, Ignoratus, and Joseph Stale Knight, I do mean I used some of their used sprites from the first MaGL or A2XT or AXTS thing. So yeah, it's I'm not saying that they made them, but I don't know how much effort they put into it. And I put quite a bit of effort into changing some of the sprites around and gathering sprites myself, so I felt it wouldn't be fair to just use what they've efforted and not to give them credit at some point. Unknown Beats has not been on YouTube for like 2 years, but that's where I got my Spiny Castle remix from. Check it out, please. Just look up Unknown Beats SMW Castle or something like that. It's amazing. You gotta hear the whole thing. I recommend it. And Catriv, I just grabbed her version of Nyan Cat for the bonus area. And then my special thanks, my wife G-Dog, my best friend Hero of Light, Izzy the Gamer, who was one of the first people to test my level for me. That wasn't, he's the only one really to test it, not from the Talk House. Nash Bozart of Radio Dead Air, because, well, listening to him is really fun, and, yeah, inspirational in some ways. Even though it's mostly about crazy things that happen in Florida. Raocow, obviously. Miss Otane for hosting the contest, thank you very much. Ginny Reading, also known currently as Dovaness on YouTube, check her out. She's trying to get her own little startup Let's Play thing. And Ruby Mewtwo, who is an old friend of mine from the DeviantArt days, way back in the day. I do remember you guys, so if you recognize me from DeviantArt, hello. It's been several years, but hello. Ginny and Ruby both watched videos of me playing the game, the stage, taken from my phone, and gave suggestions that way, so thank you both. And then, yes, this is a Ninja. I was hoping he would jump around, but oh well. Yeah, this is a completely immortal to Hugh Ninja, but, you know, just like early on in the mistranslated version of VIP 1, thank you, Oyster. That is, actually, I'm really glad you made that these mistranslations, because it is fun to play that version. Yeah, you gotta dodge the beefsteak. You get a free life. Once again, my stage is all about handing out lives, in addition to being not the easiest thing in the world. So, you know, use lives, but they don't matter. And here you'll see I included a little demo sprite when he dies. That was a demo. Just, you know, for fun. It's all about the fun times. Oh, oops. Forgot this. I keep forgetting that this is an editor too. So yeah, and then Boone falls down here, and the whole joke is, before he wasn't able to dodge the beefsteak. Well, now he doesn't really have any problem dodging the beefsteak. You know, he doesn't care about the beefsteak anymore. You know, he's dodging the beefsteak. And there's my level. And once again, foreshadowing what that toad said. I made an invisible platform here. You know, sometimes you'll have the lava and then you die. Well, there's actually an invisible platform right there, so you can't actually die. I, once again, tested the heck out of it. Anywhere you can grab that star and land, there's an invisible platform to keep you from dying. Well, I am Fusion Warrior. That was my level. Spiny Castle from MaGL X2, Make a Good Level Contest 2. I ranked 107th out of 272nd. How the heck did I get that high in ranking? But, yeah. I hope you enjoyed my walkthrough. I hope new level designers who've never done it before find my little talk through here a bit informative. I hope people who are longtime veterans might have ideas that they might not have had before through my level. I'm still very open to constructive criticism on my level. I find the engine just to be an absolute blast to play. I know everything ins and outs of this level. I designed it, but I still like to go back and play it. I look forward to playing all these levels in when MaGL X2 gets released to the public. I look forward. I had a lot of fun testing other people's levels. Everyone who gave me a level to test ranked higher than I did. I like to think that that's because I gave such good advice. But let's be realistic here. I am, the last time I made a level before making this level, in a Mario type setting, was on Crayon, while not even owning a copy of Mario Bros. 3, but being inspired by the Mario Bros. 3 player's guide. So, yeah, Mario Bros. 3 was my favorite Mario Bros. Game before I even had it. I was playing Mario World, but the player's guide to Mario Bros. 3 just made me want it, and I just took crayons and Crayola markers, and I made levels. They exist somewhere. If I ever find the pieces of paper, I'll remake them in SMBX, or even Mario Maker. I do want to say, download SMBX. Please, play it. Make levels in it. And also, please, go out. Buy Super Mario Maker. Super Mario Maker is Nintendo's response to us, making these, ROM hacking, and making our own engines, because we said the demand is there. Now they bring us the game. Please, put $60 down into the Wii U. Give Nintendo the money they deserve. And, support Nintendo. Support Nintendo's releases. Without them, games like this opportunity for me to be here with you guys, to do all this, wouldn't exist. If Nintendo takes down this video from YouTube, that's fine. I would rather they just say, hey, hey, Nintendo. Basically, Nintendo, if you're listening, which you probably aren't, if you want to make money off of my video right here, feel free. I'm not in it for the money. I'm a kind of an anti-capitalist, so have all the money from this video if you decide to flag it. Just, please, if you can, let me keep it up. If not, I'll just post it to Megas or something, but, people out there, if you're watching, get Mario Maker, get SMBX, get them both, play them both, make some levels, join some communities, have some fun. It's so easy to do in this game. It's so easy to do in Mario Maker. It's just enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful life. Let me know in the comments if this is on YouTube, what you think. If you have any questions, I'm gonna be, keeping this around for a while to answer questions. And yeah, you can even sneak past here, and if you can get down there and just wait for the thing to explode, you can completely bypass the Lakitus. That was intentional, but not meant to be easy. Have a wonderful one. I can't believe this thing's gone on so long. I've got some editing to do. Have a wonderful time.